Hey everyone, it's David Michael. It's Friday night, which plays no part in this video, but it's Friday night thrift store night, which me and my wife just got back from thrift store shopping. And the stuff I got, I've put through a spin clean, I've put in bags, and I thought, while I have time, I'm going to film a video for you all. I had a really good, really exciting vinyl day today, and it was all by accident. And then already I've knocked off one of my most wanted, that was my previous video. So if you've not seen my previous video where I went through my most wanted ones that I'm going to track down over the next calendar year, please have a look at that video. But one of them I knocked off already, and it's kind of an odd story that goes with that one. So first of all, cheers. So got off a bit early from work this morning, and I thought, well, I'll get some sleep and maybe do some vinyl hunting. And got home from that. The wife got off work early, and then we decided we've had enough with packing. We're going to give that up for the night, and we're going to just go out and do our regular Friday night rounds around the thrift store. And she did very well, and I did pretty well myself. And then earlier in the day, I just kind of went around town looking around, and I found a few things. But anyways, so I'm going to get right to the first exciting find that I had. And it's the first one that I've knocked off of my most wanted list that, like I said, the aforementioned video. And an odd story comes with this one. And the reason why it's so quick that I knocked this one off is that a local guy apparently sees my videos. And, excuse me, I'm familiar with him from like the vinyl circuit in town, from record fairs, and I just recognize him from around town. And I guess he sees my videos. And he saw my video, and I think he contacted a friend of a friend who was friends with me on Facebook, and he contacted me, and he said, hey, I got one of those albums, and it's sealed. And he just wanted 30 bucks for it, sealed. It's one of my most wanted. So I said, yeah. So I went and picked it up yesterday. So that didn't take long. I knocked one off already. And I'm going to show it to you. It's Cream, live at the Royal Albert Hall. It was sealed as of today. And I played it all the way through. I couldn't wait to hear it. I have the DVD for this. And from what I understand, this album is comprised of kind of the best takes from that series of concerts they did, the reunion shows they did at the Royal Albert Hall. And I was very excited to hear some of the really good versions that made it onto the DVD were on this one. The version of Pressed Rat and Warthog, the one from the DVD, is actually on this one, and I was really excited that version was on here. And the version of Toad from Royal Albert Hall is absolutely epic. If you don't know Toad by Cream, it's more or less an excuse for Ginger Baker to go nuts on the drums, and it's probably one of the first recorded kind of lengthy drum solos in rock, as far as I can recall anyways. I could be wrong. But that's one of those instances where it kind of pays off to do these damn videos. Someone saw, I don't know who sees these videos, and when I make these videos, I kind of assume they kind of just go out there into space, and people who watch them, I don't know, outside of the few people I talk to, that I've kind of become friendly with. I never think in terms of people locally are seeing my videos, and then they recognize me from the vinyl circles around town. And I just thought it was so nice of him to sell me this brand new sealed. So, and this was the only Cream album I didn't have. So there's one off my list already, and it didn't break the bank. I haven't bought any Amazon clearance items this week, which is like amazing for me. I've stayed away from that. The only thing I've gotten in is some new releases, and I got some thrift store stuff today and some kind of really affordable albums around town. So I've kind of kept to my promise, more or less. So, yay for me. Anyways, I'm so excited, and any of my close friends who watch my videos, they know that I'm a pretty generous guy. Vinyl comes in, vinyl goes out, and it's just if I can pay it forward for someone who's nice to me, I will always do that, as some people will know. So I'm going to pay it forward to this guy. So we kind of had a brief discussion of things that he's looking for, and I didn't tell him I had it because I know the next record fair coming up in my city is in April. So I'm going to bring a few little surprises for him, just to kind of pay him back for this incredible favor. So album number 1 off my most wanted list is done. Cream, live at Royal Albert Hall, and I listened to it and it was everything I wanted it to be on vinyl. So there you go. So some vinyl I'm going to show you quickly from just trips around town today. I got another, this one could have been on my most wanted list. I think my most wanted list was 10 items. I probably could have done 15. And this one was what could have been on it. I thought about it, and then today it was there at a local shop. It's an original Canadian pressing, but that won't dissuade me. Is that a word, dissuade? We're going to make it a word today, because I'm trying to do this video in one take. I got an original Canadian Virgin Records pressing of XTC Skylarking. Another vinyl enthusiast on YouTube, Jeff Party, he recently did a video on this album, and I watched it with great happiness because he went into a lot of great detail about this album. And it's this is the original pressing without Dear God on it. Like I said, on the Virgin. I think in the States it was released on Geffen, and it's the original inner sleeve, and it's there's the original red Virgin label, and you can see the reflection of my horrible basement at the moment that's half packed. So I found this today, and so I guess in essence I knocked off 2 of my most wanted, even though XTC didn't really quite make the video I made. But like I said, I don't know why it's so rare to find this album in good condition. Anyways, I might come across this album once a year, and original pressings without Dear God seem to go for really, a lot of money, more than I'm willing to pay for it. And to find, like I said, an original copy without Dear God, and the Canadian Virgin pressing. I know I was talking about Jeff Party, who made a video about this album. Yeah, if I recall right, he wasn't too impressed with the Geffen US version, and he had got an original UK pressing that he quite liked. And just for comparison's sake, if Jeff happens to be seeing this video, this is a really, really good pressing. The Canadian Virgin Records pressing is actually quite good. So that was a really exciting find today. I got a copy of, this is an album I always wanted, and it seems to be one of those albums that just kind of slips through my fingers. Whenever I see it, I always have a stack of other records, and it kind of takes a back seat. And then I regret not picking it up because there's a song on here called Take It So Hard. And for whatever reason, that song pops in my head every now and again, and I can't get it out of my head. So today I decided to go for it. I got a copy of Keith Richards' Talk Is Cheap. I really like this album. I've had it on CD forever. And what I'm really wanting, I think maybe my list next year, and I'm not sure if they're even on vinyl, is his Expensive Wino stuff. I should go on Discogs and have a look, because if those were on vinyl, I really want to get that live album they did, which is fantastic. But I finally got a really excellent condition copy of Keith Richards' Talk Is Cheap. Not the most valuable album in the world, but it's just an album that I've always wanted, and for some set of circumstances, I just never quite get it. So, next is I found this today for, doesn't really matter. It wasn't much money, but it's an original wooden nickel pressing of the first Styx album. I think this is the first Styx album, anyways. Usually, if you see the early Styx albums, it's wooden nickel distributed by RCA. This is a true original first pressing of the first Styx album, and we're calling it the first Styx album because I'm kind of blanking on whether it is, and the fact that it's self-titled leads me to believe it is. But as far as American prog goes, and I know people from the UK will roll their eyes at me because a lot of people think that the UK is home of prog, and if it wasn't recorded by a UK band, it's not progressive rock. I have differing opinions, but the first song is 13 minutes. It's called Movement for the Common Man, and it's really a great progressive rock song. So if you've not heard early Styx, go for this album. This is a really excellent, as far as close to excellent American progressive rock can get, but an original wooden nickel pressing that's not RCA distributed. There's original wooden nickel label, and yeah, and it's one of those albums I've always wanted, and for some crazy reason, most people seem to want crazy money for it, and then they never sell. But today, there you go. Another, like the Keith Richards album, I've always wanted to pick up, and then I was kind of always holding out for an original first pressing wooden nickel. And there it is. And if I'm going fast, I'm trying to please the people who think I talk too much. So, but by hurrying, I'm getting thirsty. Okay, thrift store finds. I think the ones you just saw, I think those were from record stores around town today. This is my thrift store night tonight. Exciting for me. We'll see if you find it exciting or not. These were all $1 today. A couple of videos ago, I found his second album, and I've had this album come in and out of my collection, and I get it, and you know, I'll trade it or sell it. This one's going to be a keeper. You might know this album for the song Mercury Blues, which still gets lots of radio play in my city. But I found a copy of David Lindley, El Rayo X, for $1 today in super nice condition. There's a couple pen marks on the back, but really, like I always say, I don't play the cover. But a $1 copy of David Lindley, El Rayo X today. And if you've not heard this album, just go on YouTube and listen to Mercury Blues, and you'll say, oh, I know that song. It's been covered lots of times. I got a copy of an original Atco Records pressing of Roxy Music, Music and Blood. Or Flesh and Blood, Music and Blood. Roxy Music, Flesh and Blood. Roxy Music, I sound like quite the hipster now. If you know, I do like the early stuff. The later stuff, it's okay. And I do like the earlier Brian Ferry solo albums. And I just found out Brian Ferry's coming to my town. He's lowering himself to come to my city, and he's playing a casino. Of course, I'm going to go see Brian Ferry at a casino. I have to see that. I don't think he's ever been to my city, so I'm very excited about that, actually. Flesh and Blood, like David Lindley, it's come in and out of my hands several times, and it'll be part of a trade. This is a really nice copy I got for $1 today, so this is going to be another keeper, an original Atco Records pressing. And this one, you're going to roll your eyes, unless you're kind of in the know, and then you'll know. I got an original 1967 Bang Records pressing of the second Neil Diamond album, Just For You. And that was $1 today. I've never seen this one before. I see the odd early Neil Diamond album, and they're just trashed. I've never seen one in good condition, and I found one today for $1. And what's cool about this album is I believe it's never been released on CD, and early Neil Diamond is not the schmaltz you know from later. It's not, although I like Sweet Caroline. I took my mom to see Neil Diamond a few years ago as a birthday present for her. He did Sweet Caroline twice. He did. And it was the only concert I've ever been to. There's always accessible wheelchair seating, but this had a big, measurable part of the floor was reserved for wheelchairs, which I've never seen before, which tells you his audience. But it was such a fun show. My mom had the greatest time. My mom is 72, I think she is now. She had the time of her life, and I smiled the whole time looking at my mom, a longtime Neil Diamond fan, watching Neil Diamond. She would never have gone to a concert without me taking her. And it was such a fun concert. But early Neil Diamond is like, it's good, just rock and roll. Look at him. But this album, I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you some of the songs in this album, and then you'll say, oh, okay. This has, remember, he wrote all these songs originally. Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. We know that Urge Overkill covered that for Pulp Fiction. Red Red Wine is on this album that we all know UB40 did. I'm a Believer, we know from the Monkees. And then it's got Solitary Man. It's got Shiloh. Cherry Cherry's on this album. So, I mean, awesome. I mean, in a lot of ways, this was such a great find today. It's original Roulette Records. Bang Records, distributed in Canada by Roulette Records. And it's just an amazing, clean copy. I've never seen that before. You never see early Neil Diamond albums in good condition. So, what time? Oh, for me, this is a record time. We're just under 16 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up, or we'll make this 16 minutes on the dot if I can do it. I want to wish everyone well. And I got the weekend off, and I'm going to catch up on the videos. And everyone watching my videos, it's going to go over 16 minutes now, but not too much now. I don't really pay attention to my followers or my subscribers. I don't pay attention to the analytics of my YouTube. But I did have a look the other day because I was bored and I just wanted to see what these tabs and things were on YouTube on my channel. And my videos are getting a lot of views. And I'm coming up on 600 subs. And I've only been doing videos actively for about 6 months, I believe. 6-7 months. I could be wrong there. But anyways, I want to thank you, everyone. And it means a lot to me. And I always say that, and it kind of sounds disingenuous if you say it too much, but I really do mean it. A lot of my videos are getting 1,000 views within a week or a week and a half, 2 weeks, which is fantastic. So I hope you keep on watching. And for some dumb idiot from Northern Canada, I mean, that means a lot to me. So I guess my point is I'm going to be catching up on your videos. And I want to say hi to DJ Trish, who has promised me a VCLT. Stefan73, Vinyl Richie. Love his videos. So there's 3 shout-outs. I said every video I'm going to do some shout-outs. There's 3 more for you. Check out Vinyl Richie. Check out Stefan73. I hope I got your channel name right. Or is it Steven73? I always mess that up. And DJ Trish. I love your videos. You're such a sweet woman. So we're going to wrap it up now. So take care, everyone. David Michael from the vinyl community. And I hope you have a really good weekend. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.